Namaste friends, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel Vedic Astro Amit. Today we'll talk about this sensitive conjunction that's going to take place from June 14th through June 16th. Moon and Ketu are going to be conjunct in the sign of Virgo. Now, this conjunction takes place every month. Okay, so every month we have Moon and Ketu together, but this month is extra special, extra sensitive because Moon is Kemadruma. Kemadruma Yoga happens when there is no planet conjunct the Moon or in the previous or next sign from the Moon. We don't consider Rahu and Ketu. So any of the other planets, if there is no planet supporting the Moon, in the sign before the moon, in the sign that moon is in, or in the next sign, then we have Kemadruma Yoga. That means it's a case of lonely moon. Moon is our mind, moon is our emotions, moon is our feelings, happiness. All of that is moon. And so moon needs, it's a social planet, you can say. Moon needs some company, moon needs some other planet for support. And so if there is no planet around the moon, except for Rahu Ketu, then we have Kemadruma Yoga. That means emotionally, it is could be a lot of challenges, or person feels they don't have emotional support. So in transit, that means in general, all of us may feel lack of emotional support. And so that's why this month's Moon Ketu conjunction. So not only Moon is Kemadruma, that means there is no support from other planets, but it is at the same time, it is also going to be conjunct Ketu. That makes it even more powerful, very, very sensitive for our emotions, for our emotional mind, because Ketu is the planet of detachment. So I call this conjunction, this specific one, as emotional eclipse and spiritual awakening as well, because Ketu is the most spiritual planet. But because Ketu is also detachment, Ketu is the body without the head. So this could lead to emotional challenges, anxiety, confusion, lack of clarity. In general, we may make headless mistakes, literally headless mistakes, because Moon is our mind, but then Ketu is headless. So we may end up making like stupid mistakes. On the positive side, there's a massive opportunity to tap into the subconscious mind that is going within, doing meditation. So this could lead to deep spiritual awakening. That is Ketu. Ketu is the moksha karaka. So we'll discuss the effect on all the 12 rising signs, but this is in general for everybody. We will feel these two things very, very prominent. Like there'll be emotional challenges, lack of support, and even anger possible, because Ketu is the fiery Pitta planet and they're coming towards each other. And then we have, of course, this may also lead to spiritual awakening, going within and finding the root, the source, the truth within ourselves. So that's Moon-Ketu conjunction. So now let's see all the 12 rising signs. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. That means a lot to us. And thanks for your support. So let's discuss each sign one by one. So first of all, Aries rising, Aries Lagna. And this video you can see both from rising sign and or from moon, okay, because we're talking about moon specifically. So Aries rising or Aries Lagna or Aries Rashi, anything. Moon is your fourth lord and it is sitting in the sixth house. So this is a very, very delicate period for you. This can lead to, like psychological pressure, uh, stress, emotional stress, and that may actually manifest as a physical problem also, problem as in, some issues in the body because of this mental stress. So you can say psychosomatic stress, in a way, psychosomatic illness. So got to be very careful. So Moon and Ketu are in your sixth house for Aries. And Moon is the ruler of fourth house. So for you, extra sensitive because fourth house is our Sukhasthana. Fourth house is inner happiness. Fourth house is the house of mother also. So your mother may actually be undergoing stress and emotional turmoil. And so be very careful and do lots of meditation. And you can do service. That's the best remedy for Aries. Is sixth house is do service, help other people. Spend time with other people, emotionally uplift them, and then also do things with your mother. That's the fourth house. So that's for One other thing is at your job also, you may feel very emotional. There could be a lot of emotional stuff going on at your work. So be careful about that. Um, and could be a lot of emotions with your mother as well in general. Your relationship with your mother or in her life, in your mother's life, there could be a lot of emotional churning going on. Emotional stress is possible. So that's for the sign of Aries. Next for the Taurus. Taurus sign, Taurus could be Rashi, Taurus could be Lagna, both applicable here because we're talking about the moon. For Taurus, moon is your third lord, and the third lord is going to be in the fifth house with Ketu. So it's a Kemadruma yoga, lonely moon in your fifth house with Ketu in the sign of Virgo. You do have the trinal aspect of Jupiter, so there are blessings of the Guru. So there's a very, very spiritual combination. So what's happening? First of all, be careful about emotional issues with your romantic partner. Secondly, be very, very careful. I cannot overemphasize, be careful with any emotional issues with your children, or your children themselves may feel very emotional during this time. So you got to take care and make sure you spend time with the family, with the kids. Um, and and then also, this is not the time for taking any risks in speculative risk in the stock market. So be very, very cautious in any of your endeavors. But this is good time for mantras. Fifth house represents mantras. So chanting Ganesha mantras, that's the remedy for everybody, but specifically for Taurus sign people, this is extra powerful because this conjunction is taking place in your fifth house, and Jupiter Guru is in your Lagna as well. Anyway, so it's giving blessings from your Lagna to the Moon and Ketu conjunction. So a very powerful, very spiritual time, these 3-day window for you to dive deep, do deep meditation. You can go on a retreat. You can chant the mantras for Shiva also. Lord Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya, or Mahamrityunjay mantra, or Ganesh mantras, Om Gam Ganapate Namaha, or the other longer mantras, Bij mantras for Ganesha. Those are on my website, VedicAstroAmit.com, and then you can go under blog section, and then we have planetary remedies there. And look for remedies for Ketu. You'll see the Ganesh mantras. So that's for the sign of Taurus. Next is Gemini. Could be Gemini Lagna or Gemini Rashi. Your moon sign or your rising sign could be Gemini, because this video applies for both, because we're talking about the moon. So there's lonely moon, Kemadruma moon alone, no support from other planets except for Rahu Ketu, and it's conjunct Ketu. So fourth house is our Sukhasthana. For Gemini rising, this conjunction, or Gemini Lagna or Gemini Rashi, this conjunction is taking place in your fourth house. Very sensitive period. You may feel very, very emotional. And there could be a lot of emotional issues at your home, at your place of residence. So be very careful in your home environment not to have any emotional stress going on. So stay away from any arguments. And then this also involves your second house, because second house is Cancer, and that is ruled by Moon. So second house is our family in general. Could be extended family also. So all your family, all the people at your home also, that's the fourth house. There could be emotional stress going on in your family environment, family um, at your home. So be very, very careful, especially with your mother also. Fourth house, this is taking place in the fourth house. And stay away from any, real estate sort of transactions. Wait if you can. These 3 days are very sensitive, so you may make headless mistakes. That is Rahu, I'm sorry, Moon with Ketu. So you don't want to make any mistakes. Just stay calm and don't take any major decisions these 3 days, especially regarding real estate, regarding your family wealth, regarding your family in general, or regarding your home renovation, anything like that. So that's important. That's for the sign of Cancer. And in terms of remedies, yeah, same thing. So that we discussed earlier, Ganesha mantras, Shiva mantras, and you can also do lots of meditation at your home, at your place of residence. So that's going to be very, very powerful for you. So this is for the Gemini rising, Gemini Lagna, Gemini Rashi. Next is Cancer. Cancer rising, Cancer Lagna, Cancer Rashi, all of those. For Cancer sign people, this is applicable both Cancer rising or Cancer Rashi. Uh, this is your Lagna Lord, okay? Extremely sensitive, very, very sensitive period for you. Your Lagna Lord or your Rashi Lord, which is Moon, is Kemadruma, first of all, not supported by any other planets, so lonely Moon. And then it's with Ketu. Ketu is headless planet. Ketu is Fiery Pitta planet. Ketu is detachment, could lead to pessimism. So take care of your emotional state of mind. Surround yourself with people because Cancer people are home buddies. They love to have people around them. And so Cancer it's very important. Think of the crab. Cancer, the symbol is a crab. The crab, you'll never find a crab on its own. The crab would always be like a group of crabs, right? So along with their buddies and their family. So make sure these 3 days be with your family. If you don't have family nearby, close by, surround yourself with friends, people who you trust, people who are very close to you. So there'll be a lot of emotional churning going on in your mind for Cancer people. And especially be careful with your relationship with your younger siblings and with your friends also. Third house represents our close friends, with your neighbors also. Don't have any fights or emotional issues or stress going on with your neighbors. That is the third house. Very, very important. Now, this is excellent time because Cancer people are very intuitive, very connected naturally because Moon is the ruler, the Lagna Lord or the Rashi Lord. And so, amazing time opportunity for you to go within, do lots of meditation, and literally spiritual awakening. You can do that much more easily than a lot of other people. And Jupiter's blessings are there on your Moon, on your Lagna Lord or the Rashi Lord. So and then Ketu. So Jupiter Ketu combination on your Lagna Lord, on your Rashi Lord. Very spiritual time. This 3-day window, treat this as literally for a window for spiritual awakening. Um, and of course, you can chant mantras for Ketu, Ganesha mantras, and for Moon, you can chant the Chandra mantras, of course, Om Shram Shrim Shram Sah Chandraya Namah, but also Lord Shiva mantra, Shiva Abhishek on Shivalingam, and Om Namah Shiva. Those any of those Mahamrityunjaya mantra, those are very good. So this is literally an eclipse for you because your Lagna Lord or the Rashi Lord is getting eclipsed by Ketu in a way. Not technically, this is not technically an eclipse, but the energy, you want to look at how the energy is going to manifest. This is a very lonely moon, and it's going to be conjunct being eclipsed by Ketu. So that's for the sign of Cancer. Next is Leo rising or Leo Lagna, Leo Rashi, any of that. See, it applies to everything, all of that. For Leo, very interesting 3 days because your 12th Lord, which is Cancer, ruled by Moon is going to be in your second house with Ketu. So you sort of you're having this uh, eclipse in your second house. So be careful with any emotional issues with your family members. That's the second house. Be careful not to have this emotional eating. There could be a lot of emotional eating for Leo rising or Leo Rashi. Because second house has Moon and Ketu. Moon, anyways, emotions, and Ketu is headless planet. So you may make headless mistakes with respect to your diet. Also, be very careful in choosing your words. Do not speak any harsh words. And secondly, and even more importantly, stay away from any emotional discussions, emotional debates, getting into any debates or discussions that are highly emotionally charged. So that's very important for you for Leo. And especially this is the 12th Lord, right? So 12th Lord is also signifies the losses or hidden things. So there may be like hidden anger coming to surface all of a sudden. There may be hidden emotional issues that may come. So there may be secrets actually. So 12th house is our hidden secrets also. So there could be secrets or secret enemies coming to surface. because, or there could be a lot of secrets going on anyway. So because Ketu is the planet that doesn't have the head, it's the body. It just wants to go within, internalize. So good time for you to um, um, chant mantras. You can actually go on a retreat for Leo rising, Leo Rashi, Leo Lagna. This is a good time for retreat because your 12th Lord is with Ketu. 12th house is house of restricted places, including ashrams and retreats and even foreign travel. So those are good things for you to do during this conjunction, very sensitive conjunction for Leo rising. For Virgo rising, of course, this is taking place in your Lagna or in your Rashi also. This applies to Virgo rising or Virgo Rashi. So uh, Virgo, in your Lagna, be very careful with what's going on in your mind. So this is very interesting because Moon is our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, and then Lagna is the logical mind, how we think. So your logical mind may be playing tricks with you. You're not good enough, this is not good. So be very careful of this chit chat going on in your mind these 3 days. There'll be a lot of, could be like pessimism, negative thinking. Stay away from that. Chant mantras, chant Ganesh mantras, chant, uh, Shiva mantras. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. And then 11th Lord is getting sort of eclipsed. Technically, this is not eclipse. Again, a lot of people, just take the words I'm saying, but then we're talking about the energy. The energy of this conjunction will feel like an eclipse. So 11th house Lord is getting it's conjunct Ketu. So your friends, you may have difficult emotional stress around your friendships, friends, your desires also, your financial income also. You may feel very attached with your income. Your emotions may go up and down based on your income. Okay, so that's the energy. So your 11th Lord getting eclipsed. Uh, Go within. You can do retreats, but stay away from this negative chit chat taking place in your mind. So take care of you yourself. Focus on your self healing, um, and make use of this powerful spiritual awakening. This is the window for spiritual awakening, because you will discover who you are. Go within. It's a perfect time for you because Moon-Ketu are going to be conjunct in your Lagna or in your Rashi, in your first house. Next is the sign of Libra. Tula Rashi or Tula Lagna, both Libra rising or Libra moon sign. This sort of eclipse is taking place in your 12th house. Technically, this is not eclipse, but the energy will feel like an eclipse. So this conjunction Moon-Ketu will be in your 12th house, and Moon is your 10th Lord. So be very careful not to have any emotional issues with at your work, at your profession, at your job. That's the 10th Lord in the 12th house. So, and this signifies, possibly some kind of losses or emotional issues, emotional churning. Also, there could be tendency to escape, just give up everything. Because 12th house is getting activated. But a perfect time for you to go on a retreat, do like a pilgrimage or, travel far also. And also donations. Okay, so for you, a perfect remedy for this is donations, that is 12th house. Get rid of any emotional, well, you can give money donation, but also just get rid of your emotional baggage. Try to just be in the present moment. And again, going on a retreat, things like that. And don't have any emotional issues or arguments or discussions like that with your superiors, with any authority figures, with government officials. Stay away from any of those emotional issues, possible issues or arguments or ego issues with authorities, with your bosses also, at work also. Um, but tap into your subconscious mind, that is 12th house. Excellent time for like astral travel, um, energy healing, or past life regression. Do lots and lots of these guided meditations. amazing portal is open, and this is literally spiritual awakening. And for Libra Rashi or Libra Lagna, this is a really powerful window for you. Next is the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio Lagna, Scorpio Rashi, Scorpio rising sign, Scorpio moon sign. It applies to all of that. For Scorpio people, this conjunction is taking place in your 11th house, and moon is your ninth lord. So I call this eclipse in a way because technically it's not eclipse, but the energy will feel like an eclipse. So your 11th house is your friends, social media. So very careful. Do not get involved any emotional issues or discussions or heated discussions or passionate discussions online. Secondly, with your friends also. Okay. Thirdly, do not make any rash decisions with respect to your income, like maybe quitting your job, all of a sudden, things like that. Because Ketu is headless planet, and Moon with Ketu means we may end up making headless mistakes. And the connection is here, 11th house, that is your financial income. So be careful. Do not make any major decisions with respect to your income. Second is the ninth lord is involved, which is the moon. So there could be emotional issues with your father or with your gurus, with your sangha. So be careful about that also. The other thing is do not get involved any emotional or passionate discussions or debates with respect to your belief system. That is the ninth house. So stay away from any of that uh, emotional stuff with respect to your ninth house and with respect to your 11th house. That was for the sign of Scorpio. Next is the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this could be Lagna or Rashi, that means rising sign or moon sign. It applies to both. For Sagittarius, this sort of eclipse is taking place in your 10th house, and moon is your 8th house ruler. So technically, this is not eclipse, but the energy will feel like that. For Scorpio people, be very careful at your work, in your business, in your profession, in your company. And secondly, do not have any emotional issues with your superior, with your boss, or with the government authorities. So stay clear from any emotional issues at your work. Secondly, this is the eighth lord that's going through this conjunction with Ketu. Eighth lord is change, transformation anyway, and the moon is emotions. So this is a very sensitive period. You will feel a lot of emotional change, transformation, turmoil, churning. Emotional churning is the word. And that could be related to inheritance, that could be related to shared resources with your partner, that could be related to money from other people or from clients. That could also be related to your work, as I said, that's the 10th house. So the 8th house and 10th house matters are going to be very sensitive. Uh, this is a time to do deep meditation, do healing work. That's the 8th house. Studying of, esoteric subjects, that's the perfect remedy for you. These 3 days, you can start some course or just on your own, go deep into studies of any, deep subjects, esoteric subjects. That's the perfect remedy for Sagittarius rising or Sagittarius Rashi. Next is the sign of Capricorn that includes both Capricorn Lagna or Capricorn Rashi, applies to both the rising sign Capricorn or moon sign Capricorn. This conjunction is taking place in your ninth house, okay? And moon is your seventh lord. So ninth house matters are going to be the focus. So there could be a lot of emotional issues with your father. There could be emotional issues with your gurus, with your sangha. And there could be emotional discussions or issues with respect to your belief system. And then also very important with respect to your relations, which is one-on-one partnership, your personal partnerships, or your professional business partnerships. So again, main thing is with your spouse or partner, make sure there is no arguments or discussions or analysis, because it's taking place in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is the sign of analysis, and there shouldn't be any criticism of any sort. Just stay away from even pointing out any possible mistakes made by a partner. That's the seventh house ruler going through this conjunction with Ketu. Very sensitive period. Do not point fingers. Do not have any emotional arguments or even discussions or even thoughts about who did what, who is responsible, all of that. So uh, your relationships will be tested this week, this 3 days. But very powerful time to spend with the gurus, and also to spend with your partner doing very deep spiritual work, spiritual discussions, meditation, mantras, Shiva mantras, Ganesh mantras. Those are going to be very powerful remedy for you for Capricorn sign people. So the next is Aquarius rising, Aquarius lagna, and Aquarius Rashi. So both this applies to all of those. Aquarius sign people, this is taking place in your eighth house, this conjunction, very sensitive conjunction, and Moon is your sixth lord. So this is a very this is a combination of sixth house and eighth house. So sixth house ruler sitting in the eighth house and along with Ketu. So there could be emotional churning going on literally for you. Moon in the eighth house is not very comfortable in general, but now it is going to be with Ketu. So a very, very strong emotional churning, this emotional ups and downs possible. That could be related to inheritance or shared resources or your job also, which is sixth house. Um, and so the best thing for you is to do a lot of service, seva, that's sixth house. Second, you can do lots of deep studies, deep meditation, going on a retreat, or doing healing work, energy healing, these guided meditations on past life regression, and going, uh, you can even study some of these esoteric subjects or practice these energy healing and things like that. So those will be ideal remedies for the sign of Aquarius. Next is the sign of Pisces. Could be Pisces Lagna or Pisces Rashi, Pisces rising sign or Pisces moon sign. Pisces, this conjunction is taking place in your seventh house. Seventh house is our relationships. It's one-on-one partnerships. Very sensitive period for your relationship. These 3 days, do not get into any arguments. Do not have emotions come in the way. Do not point fingers in your relationships. And this is also your fifth lord that is conjunct with Ketu. This is a Kemadruma, almost like an eclipse. The energy is going to be like an eclipse. So with your children also, there could be emotional ups and downs in their life or in your relationship with your children. With your romantic partner also, there could be emotional issues. And then make sure that you take very calculated, in stock market, do not make any headless mistakes. Do not make any emotional decisions. That's the recommendation because fifth lord is going to be with Ketu. The biggest remedy for you for Pisces people is Pisces sign is uh, be compassionate in your relationships, both with your partner and with your children, or if you are not, or if you have a romantic relationship. So be very, very gentle, caring, and nurturing in your relationship. That'll be a good remedy. And you guys can do more spiritual work like chanting or puja or going on a retreat or meditation together with your partner, with your romantic partner or your spouse or your children also. So that's a great remedy. So that's all about this very sensitive, important conjunction coming up, almost like an eclipse, but this is a powerful window to uh, experience spiritual awakening. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. That is very important for us. And consider becoming a YouTube member, where we have more exclusive videos for transits and other things. And thank you for watching. Thanks for your time. Namaste.